So you want to become a software engineer but have no idea where to start? Well, I have these 5 steps that can help you get started on your journey. So step 1, learn the basics of programming. So before you move on to anything else, you must learn how to code first. So as a software engineer, your job is to code. So my recommendation is that you either start with Python or like really simple web development like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So just learn how to code, get all your fundamentals down, your classes, your variables, your method, etc. So I even have a Python series, which I'll link in the description below, which I created a couple of years ago. So if you want to follow that, you can follow that as well. So before you move on to anything else, make sure you know how to code first. Step number 2, explore a couple languages or frameworks. Now you've learned how to code, you know how to what the fundamental concepts are in coding and programming. Now do some research, like use your daily life as an inspiration. Do you play a game on your phone? Well, look up online how mobile games are created. Or say do you play any PlayStation games? Look up online how PlayStation games are created. So just do some digging, just do some research, get yourself familiar with all the different types of software applications there are, all the different types of frameworks, programming languages there are. So just expose yourself. At this point, you don't need to know how to make this stuff, how to program this stuff, but just keep it in the back of your head. Just give yourself an exposure to all the different stuff that's out there. So step number 3, focus on something that is fun. Now at this point, you know you've learned how to code, so you followed an online course, you've learned the basics, and you've also done some research, so you know all the different types of applications there are. Now it's time to pick one thing that you think you'll enjoy doing. So whether that's creating websites, creating apps, creating games. So for example, you're a big Call of Duty fan, make your goal of creating a Call of Duty clone, because you'll be able to enjoy the process of learning when you're doing which is actually something fun, something that you like. So whether that's creating websites, creating apps, just get started, pick one thing, look up online how to create a game. You'll start super basic, but as you start to tackle more harder and harder problems, as you begin to level up, you'll automatically develop your computational skills. You'll get experience with overall computational thinking. So that's the third part. So step number 4, focus on creating projects. So at this point, you've learned how to code, you've done some research, you know all the different types of software development frameworks there are. You've chosen one that you think is fun, whether that's websites, apps, or games. Now it's time to focus on projects. So you've chosen one thing, just keep at it, commit to it fully, create as many stuff as you can within that area, create as many projects as you can, because most of the learning as a software engineer is from working on is from your project experience, is from working on actual project. It's not from watching a YouTube video or reading a book. Some of that does apply, but majority of a major bulk of your learning is from working on projects. So make your full focus and on creating as many projects as possible. The last step, step number 5, is start creating a portfolio. So create a portfolio. A portfolio means a collection of all the projects and all the stuff you worked on. This will help you in 2 parts. 1, it'll help you track your progress. So you'll be able to see where I started and how you've progressed so far. What are some of the areas of growth in your learning so far? So whatever you create, say you've chosen game development or Unity game development, create a simple website or just even a Word document. Say you've created a project, say you created a 2D platformer game. You've created that, add a video in that document or something, maybe add, type a description, I created this on this date, this does, it has this functionality in this, and just create a list of everything that you work on. This will help you track your progress, and 2, this will help you showcase your skills to the world. Okay, you've chosen to learn about software engineering, you want to become a software engineer, you've done all this, you've done so much learning, you've created a lot of projects, you've learned about different frameworks, but how do you get that information to the world? No one else knows that beside you, that you do this stuff. And the way you do that is by a portfolio. So you showcase all your projects, you showcase all your skills, all the best work you've done, market it on LinkedIn and any other social network, and make sure you document all the stuff that you do, because having a portfolio is must in the tech industry to get recognition. So just overall tips, start small, don't get overwhelmed. Hopefully this 5 steps will help you in your journey into becoming a software engineer. So if you're someone who has not done any software engineering, you don't know about tech, but you're interested, these 5 steps can help you get started on your journey. So just pick one thing to study, learn the basics online. There's plenty of resources online. Pick something that's fun for you and just commit to it. Create as many projects as you can. You'll automatically develop your computational skills as you work on more and more projects. and just repeat that process again and again and again for all the different areas in tech. So those were my 5 quick tips on how you can get started into becoming a software engineer. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what types of videos you want me to make in the future. And if you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.